We're running late to an appointment this morning. We load into the truck, I go to start it, and this is what happens. Pretty exciting, right? I still haven't fixed our Honda yet either. So I'll be digging in, we already canceled our appointment, I'll be digging into this truck right now, seeing what's wrong with it, and show you what the solution is as well. Just in case, hopefully not, but just in case, if you have a problem like this in the future, maybe this will help you as well. I gotta tell you that I'm not a car expert, so I'm not 100% sure what's wrong. I'm really hoping it's just a dead battery, not like a starter or something. So, the very first thing I notice is that there's some corrosion. Very little bit on the positive side, but there's a lot more on the negative side. So, to begin with, I think I'm gonna try cleaning that up first, and seeing if that does anything. Okay, so I cleaned them up. I tightened them down real good. I honestly don't think this will be the problem, but since I was already here, I might as well clean them up. So I got them clean, and why not? Let's just check. What if I get lucky and it actually starts? Would you look at that? It actually started. Okay, so perhaps it was the battery. So I just let the truck run for about 10 minutes. I'm going to try turning it off and then turning it back on, and hopefully it will turn on a lot quicker this time. Wow, well that was anticlimactic. I'm very impressed that all it took was cleaning the terminals to get that thing going. I thought this would take me at least half a day to fix, so I started filming this video. So sorry it wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be, but I like to think that an easy fix is definitely better than a hard fix. The next thing that I had on my list of things to check and do, if this wasn't gonna work, I was gonna take the battery out and go get it tested at some AutoZone or Napa or whatever, someplace that tests batteries. Or perhaps I was just gonna get my brother to go and get me a new battery right off the bat at Costco or Walmart and just plug it in and see if it works. If that didn't work, then I was gonna move on to the starter. I heard there's a little hammer trick where you can hammer it from the bottom, just a little bit, medium tap. You're not gonna go ham on it. So I was gonna perhaps try that, but luckily I didn't need to do any of that. All it took was just cleaning the terminals with some sandpaper. I cleaned the terminals themselves, and I also cleaned the clamps from the inside. Now, I know that there will probably be people watching this that know a lot more about cars than I do, so if you have any other tips and suggestions about the car not starting and what you can check and do to get it to work, we would really appreciate it if you would let us know all of that kind of good stuff in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to mash that like button on the way out, and I'll see you next time. Wait, I'm still here. Except this is the next day. So yesterday, after I fixed this truck, it worked great for most of the day. I went to about 6 stores that day, turned it off every time, everything came back on normally, came home, but in the evening, we decided to go to my parents' house. We get into the truck, and this is what happens. Same day, at night. Oh, what a wonderful noise. Oh, I guess it's not over. So the truck struggled to turn on before we went to my parents' house, and after we were coming back, again it struggled to turn on. But I did notice a trend. It seems like it'll fail to start 2 or 3 times, and then it'll actually start. So this is the morning of the next day. Right now I'm going to go get a new car battery. So let's see if this truck will start this time. And let's see if it's going to follow that same trend where it's going to fail 3 times and then actually start on the 4th time or on the 3rd time. Wow! No way. This time it didn't follow the trend, it just fired right up. So at this point, I'm not even sure what in the world is going on. I have this little gauge for the battery. It's halfway. So I'm going to try replacing the battery and see if that goes up at all. But that is odd. The truck was standing all night, and yet right now it fired up right off the bat. So I'm kind of curious, what in the world? Back from Costco. Let's see how the car starts now. struggled a little bit, but it fired right up. Not too bad. Stopped at Ace to get a piece of pipe. Let's see if the truck is still behaving. Oh, still turning on. Stopped at AutoZone to get a belt for my Honda. Struggled a little bit, but turned on just the same. Well, yesterday, my dad and I were trying to put this belt on for about an hour, and we just could not put it on. It was so tight. Well, lo and behold, I went and bought another belt from AutoZone right here, and I put it on in 5 minutes by myself. This was from Rock Auto, and I'm pretty sure they sent me the wrong one. So that was pretty irritating. Took me forever, and I couldn't get it on. Turns out I just had the wrong belt. So if you're ever putting on a serpentine belt and it's not coming on for the life of you, perhaps you just have the wrong size belt. Going to the beach. Alrighty, so it's the next day. Yesterday I was driving around all day, didn't get a chance to replace the battery, but the truck was turning on fine. So today, it's about afternoon, and let's see if the truck is going to turn on this time. And it does turn on. So I'm not sure what in the world is going on, why it was doing that, and now it just randomly stopped doing it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just replace the battery anyway, and then I'll film the ending of this video perhaps in a week or so, just so I give it a good week to see if there's any more problems.
No! 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 No!
Okay, I got the new battery in. Let's start the truck and see what happens. Oh wow, it starts much better. There's no longer that delay when starting, and just as I suspected, that little battery gauge just kind of stays in the middle. I'm assuming that's just its normal position, and then when the battery does actually start to die, probably drops down to over here somewhere. So that didn't change at all, but the truck did start a lot faster. But then again, last time I thought I fixed it too, so I'm gonna use this thing for a week and see how it goes. While I was in here, I also noticed that my washable intake filter is pretty dirty as well. So I got some of that foam rinse stuff, and I'll go ahead and clean this up as well. I'm starting to realize just how convenient it is whenever my wife films me doing this kind of stuff. Because doing everything one-handed is pretty hard. Or maybe I can set up a tripod or something, but still, I think I would get in the way all the time. So it looks like there's a little hole here. Doesn't seem like it's the end of the world, it's not a big hole, so I'll just leave that alone. I think these filters are pretty expensive, so I'm just going to wash it out. It's been about 2 weeks now, and this Batmobile behind me has been turning on great every single time, problem-free. Turns on right away really fast. So the conclusion to this whole video is that the battery was simply weak on this truck and I had to replace it. Once I replaced the battery, all the problems were gone. Thank you for joining me on my little truck repair journey, and I'll see you next week. And if you're still here and not in the comment section below, check out this brave gecko that snuck into our house to try out my son's snacks.